Welcome to my PowerPoint where I'm going to discuss teenage male aggression versus teenage female aggression. At the beginning of my semester, I guessed what one I believed was more aggressive, and now I will be arguing the opposing side. This information is backed up by research and other facts that I've learned in my social psychology class. I hope you enjoy. I am discussing why teenage females are more aggressive than teenage males. This is a complex topic that still needs additional research. However, using research we currently have and my textbook, I was able to find that females are in fact more aggressive than males. Why is this an issue being discussed today? Well, since females have started to gain more and more rights, scientists have needed to start researching them more and more to figure out how they are similar and different to males, which they have already been studying. As women get more and more power in the world, they are able to use their voice, and finally the emotion of aggression is becoming more and more as well. First, it is important to discuss how there are actually different types of aggression. There's violent aggression that most people think of where you kick and punch someone. There's emotional aggression where you affect one emotionally. And verbal aggression where you say hurtful things to someone. Essentially, aggression is the intent to hurt someone in some way, intentionally. On top of hurting someone verbally, emotionally, and physically, you can also hurt them either by direct action, which would be the physical aggression towards someone, but you can also hurt someone indirectly, also known as relationally, which would be by gossiping, spreading rumors, manipulating someone. It was found by multiple forms of research that females engage in more indirect or relational forms of aggression. So females act of aggression through spreading rumors, leaving people out, and all other forms. Interestingly, when I looked up female aggression, this was actually the first picture to appear, which is of people spreading rumors. In addition to females engaging in more relational aggression, it was also found that females were more hurt by relational aggression than any other form, meaning it would make sense to females to engage in this sort of aggression if they knew how hurtful it was when it happened to them. Just reiterating, females engage in relational. When it comes to male aggression, it has also been said that due to males having more testosterone, which is linked to an increase in aggression, that makes males more aggressive. Since males have more testosterone than females, they believed that males are more aggressive due to this factor. However, females also have some testosterone in their body, which means they have some aggression. To add on to that, females have a multitude of other hormones like estrogen and oxytocin that they have in much more surplus than males. More studies need to be done on these other hormones to see how they affect female aggression, because males don't have them. There was an experiment done by Daz and Tripathy to figure out how emotional intelligence and aggression differed on genders. They had discovered that males' aggression did not change no matter their emotional intelligence. However, the more emotionally intelligent a female was, the less aggressive they actually were. So what does this mean for teenage male and females? The main point to pull out of this is that female aggression has a much stronger emotional tie to it. When females can regulate their emotion, they are less aggressive. However, since we're comparing teenagers, they can't regulate their emotions as well, making females much more aggressive since they can't regulate this emotion. Another study found that an increase in shame leads to an increase in aggression. They described it as the shame-anger-shame cycle. When someone was shameful, they would become more angry, which led to more shame and more anger, and ultimately ended in aggressive behavior. So, more shame ultimately means more aggression for people. In additional studies, it was found that teenage females had additional regret and shame in their lives, meaning these teenage females were more likely than men to feel shameful and regret over something, become angry, and start the shame-anger-shame cycle, which will ultimately lead to more aggression for these females because they had an increase in shame. So the statement that I had answered initially was male teenagers are more aggressive than female teenagers, which I originally said was true. However, in 5.2 of our textbook, it discusses this need for cognition, or if I would have thought deeper on this question, I would have realized in my personal experiences, females have spread rumors and gossiped about me and been. Also in 9.2 of our textbook, we had discussed the link between testosterone and aggression, which I had put more weight on this factor to aggression than anything. I didn't realize other hormones may affect aggression and that females also have testosterone. So after studying this, I feel it had actually changed my perspective on the effect of testosterone and aggression. I now personally believe that females are more aggressive than males, and with additional research, I think we can find this drastically more true than we may have originally thought. If we start to add more and more females in our studies and specifically look at hormones, I think we will find more aggression with teenage females than there is for teenage males. We just need more research. My opposing side knowledge has increased drastically. I originally thought violence was the only possible form of aggression. Until this research, I didn't even think about relational aggression as a form of aggression at all, which I actually see all around me. Looking at the gossip I've seen in my life, the leaving people out. Once again, the thing we need is more research on teenage female aggression. It isn't until recently, when women have gotten more rights, that we have just started including females in aggression research. And there still is limited research to be found on females and this topic altogether. More research needs to be done in order to really figure out. I think it is important to understand female aggression, as understanding why and how they are aggressive can help us understand females' emotion as a whole. I think understanding females can help in so many situations of stopping gossip and their aggression, or just de-escalating situations where females are being aggressive. To conclude, female versus male aggression is one that is complex and still in need of further research. I believe teenage females are more aggressive than male teenagers, but is one that can certainly still be opinionated either way. I hope that after hearing this presentation, you enjoyed it and maybe you're